Well, the beautiful city of Kung-chang, the river flows through the night. Always a very pleasant end to where it is strictly business, as we have a Group 13 match to take care of. Oliver Ortmann of Germany versus the local man
Chang Ling. Our MC for this match, as ever, is John McDonald.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the 2005 Kaohsiung World Pool Championships. Race to 5, referee in charge of the action is Michaela Tab. It's now time to meet our players. Firstly, would you please welcome, from Germany, the former world champion, the machine, Oliver Ortmann. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Chinese Taipei, it's Kung-chang.
Group 13 is a tough group to get out of, with two former world champions in it, Earl Strickland and Oliver Ortmann, and the man trying to join those two in the round of 64 is Chang Ling, who is one of this army of Chinese Taipei players, of whom we hear little during the rest of the year, and then they seem to explode on the scene come the World Championship. This happened last year, of course, with Chang Pei-wei, who went all the way to the final. We were saying, well, who's he 12 months ago? I wonder if we're going to be saying, who's this guy this year?
Well, there are no less than 17 Chinese Taipei shooters out there in the field of 128 players. And this is one of the products of the grueling qualifying stage that took place just last week. I was talking to Rodney Morris earlier, and he says, you know, these qualifiers, they're the tough ones because they're battle hardened and they've had to go through, you know, a long way to make it here. So quite a lot of Chinese Taipei players, some of them better known than others, squeaked through that qualifying round, and here's one of them, Chang Ling, and this is the first time we're seeing him, period, I guess, Nick.
Absolutely, yeah. And we don't need to be reminded, and I'm sure Oliver Ortmann won't need to be reminded, that Alex Pagulayan has just lost to one of these Chinese Taipei players, of whom we have been saying, oh, who's he then? Pang Shenping disposed of Pagulayan. That's the current reigning world champion, so the former world champion will not be taking Chang for granted.
Oliver Ortmann, the man they call the machine.
Well, a dry break, but look where that one's been hidden away. So the option straight away of a push out for Chang, should he wish to take it, and I suspect he might.
A difficult push out, though. There you see the 1 and the 2 taking their final positions. You don't want to push out up to the top of the table because you leave an easy safety from there. But if you push out anywhere else, you want to leave perhaps a bit of that one showing, but not too much. He might as well just take this shot. I think that's what he's going to do.
Yes, as you say, the push out fraught with problems. Just see a little piece of it. And has he headed for cover? I think he's managed to get himself tucked in behind the orange. Although Ortmann might be able to see a little bit of that when he looks down the barrel of his cue.
Ortmann, one of Germany's most feared and admired players. He has an unorthodox technique. His back arm isn't quite as straight as the textbooks say it should be. And he has the piston-like jabby delivery of the stroke. But it works beautifully, and of course he's a mainstay of the Mosconi Cup team for Europe as well. Captained them to victory in 2002. And you know that he'll be calling on his vast experience to get out of this situation here. Though he will need good fortune. Going for the one rail escape off the right side cushion. Oh, and it looks like he was going to try and pocket that one ball into the upper left corner, and he didn't miss by much, Nick.
He didn't miss by much, but he's left Chang with a chance. Let's see how close he was. Ooh.
He He's left Chang a long cut on this one.
Well, if Chang wants to pull off the upset here, this is the kind of shot that he has to make.
Chang, product of this assembly line of great players here in Chinese Taipei. They just keep on producing so many excellent players who just come out of the woodwork and really give the best of the world all they can handle. That's an outstanding pot there to kick that white in and out of that side rail. But he's a bit wrong-sided here on this too. If he was about 6 inches more to the left, he'd be perfect. He could just play a draw shot. Now he may be forced either to leave the white in that area or hit this one with top right English and wrench the white back towards the right side of the table. That seems to be the option here. Oh, he didn't get the English he wanted to there.
Oh dear, no.
He wanted to hit that with maybe 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock English, top right, to make that white kick towards the right side of the table, but he just hit it with 12 o'clock, it seems. Just follow.
So instead of controlling the table, he's going to have to try and get out of the mess he's created for himself. There's the contact. Has he got away with it? Ortmann will be sizing this up, I'm sure.
Now this 2-3 does go into the left corner pocket. Position onto the pink 4 is not a formality, so Ortmann's going to have to come up with a shot here. He may be able to just slow roll this white into the short side of position for the pink, into the left lower part of your table, but in doing so he could scratch if he's not careful. He is trying to slow roll it, and he rolled it slow enough. That's all he could ask for. Excellent shot.
Now, can he clear that 4 all the way down the rail and into the pocket? Looks achievable from here. So many of these shots look very easy from here, Bob, don't they? we don't miss many up here.
I think he's just going to want to dink this forward and then play the white to the center of the table to take the orange 5 into the pocket on the top of your screen. But Oliver is really taking his sweet time over these shots, isn't he? There you see his back arm not perpendicular to the table there, off to an angle. Hasn't prevented him from becoming a world champion. He's taken it the other way, back on the left side of the 5. He's got a tester here. He needs to hit this as a clean draw shot, or maybe at least a sliding ball, tougher position onto the grease.
So he's slow. He's being very purposeful about his shots. I mean, he's no Dan Basevich, the American who took an age to get through his match earlier today. Every shot was a work of art with Dan, wasn't it?
This is not easy at all. The butt is in the air, so...
Oh, he almost fluked it. And he might have fluked safety. I'm not sure. It's Chang's turn to size this up.
Whenever you have to raise the butt of the cue to make a shot, you make the shot that much more difficult. Oliver Ortmann not up to the task there. Now I think Chang can snick this 5 in. It is cuttable when you've got a cut this thin. Position onto the next ball always becomes a little iffy. He's played that one very well. He's the favorite now to take this first rack. Another good touch shot there by Chang. Probably just kill this white ball and leave it in that area. He's elected to go to the other side.
Oh, this must be quite a battle, this rack. Chang, who's left standing as the 9 ball goes down. So, Chang Yung-ling draws first blood against the former world champion, Oliver Ortmann. So, Chang Yung-ling from Chinese Taipei, taking full advantage of home advantage here before Spa. It has to be said, it's been a long day here, and a lot of people have given up with words, no doubt, today. The more pool matches to going to get a treat. Oliver Ortmann sits and looks sternly at the table.
What you can do now as Chang breaks for the possible 2-0 lead in this race to 5.
Ortmann came up dry. Chang follows suit.
And he's left a strange table here for Ortmann. Difficult shot on the 1 here. No real offensive chance here because of where the brown 7 is. Going to use the pink 4 as a blocking ball.
It's a fairly routine escape, but it's getting safe after the escape that will be bothering Chang at the moment.
It's a good hit.
Oh, he's unlucky.
He's tickled the 6-9 as well.
He was really unlucky there.
It's really a crapshoot when you have to kick out like that. And Ortmann now needs to get his confidence going after that miss on the orange 5.
It just goes to show once again, doesn't it? And we do it so often. We all make this mistake. You can't take these racks for granted. These balls will sometimes take on a life of their own and say, you know what, I'm not going to play. Ortmann did look as if he was cruising to it in that first rack. But here he is with a very good chance to level things up. The big problem, of course, is making sure he gets position on the 6, which is down there by the 9. But because his opponent inadvertently developed that little cluster a bit, that 6 will pass bottom left.
Yeah,
So
I don't think it passes bottom right, but it's going to have to hit this one with inside English here. Take the white to the right side of the table.
yeah,
That's well played.
if he's done this right, it will go. And he couldn't do it much better than that.
Don't think you want it to be that close to the side pocket, but he won't mind. The hard work is done, and it looks like we're going to be seeing a 1-all score line very soon.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, no mistakes this time from Ortmann. Once he was at the table, he took one look, sized it up and said, I can clear this. And he did. 1-all. Ortmann steps up to the table to break in rack 3 of this Group 13 match. A group that's seen some fireworks in other matches.
Rack 3, Ortmann to break, 1 rack each.
All I need to say is Earl Strickland's in this group.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Well, is somebody going to get a ball off a break here? That's 3 in a row in this match.
Yeah, and I think Ortmann kind of took a lot off that break there. He hit it as a kind of like a medium soft break almost, which babied the balls, and still nothing went down. So conditions changing rapidly here. That's 3 dry breaks in a row.
And you would get long odds on that happening. And even worse, the one is sitting up waiting to be dispatched.
I think early as now, Chang Junling is looking at the 5-9 combination. That seems to be the preferred method of ending this rack. It's going to be very hard to get position on that 5 to pot it. So, or he could do it right here. He could just dig that 3 into the rail just before the 9. But I have a feeling he's going to go and perhaps continue the rack. I don't think he's going to take this combination on.
Depends if he wants to be a hero, doesn't it, I suppose?
Yeah.
Very rarely will these players try these combinations if they think they've got a clean run out. Chang decides, well, I don't need to be a hero. Let's just keep control of the table. So he's going to go the long way.
But I think he's a bit straighter than he would have liked. Because now he can just draw the ball back, but he's going to leave himself a long shot. I don't think he wanted to leave this much angle onto the 5-9, but I guess he knows what he's doing. The 9 seems almost frozen, if not frozen to the pocket. So this is going to need a good hit here and the right aim.
Yes, a big shot coming up. Yeah, nailed it. But a young man playing with some confidence, has to be said. Chang Ling goes back in front. 3 dry breaks, 3 wins against the serve. Chang Ling leading former champion Oliver Ortmann. We have had 3 dry breaks in succession in this match. The table is proving unforgiving. Let's see if one of these 2 players can make an adjustment to sort things out. The blue wing ball is the one that Chang will be looking to dispatch bottom right here. And this time it goes. He gets a black top right as well.
Wow, that break was looking perfect right up until that orange 5 ambled over and decided to play goalie there with the corner pocket. What great control of the white. That white just standing at attention there in the middle of the table.
You talk about the 5, Bob, playing goalie. It's risky, but surely he's got to go for the combination shot here. Even though there's a lot of distance and some angle involved.
Yeah, but he's looking, he's eyeing it up. It's the 5 isn't really that deep into the pocket at all, so this is missable.
Yeah, it's not hanging over the jaws, is it? But he's made it look very easy. He's playing with some confidence.
Outstanding pot, and a combination in the last track where he made the 5-9. He played it smart too. He took the white ball up top of the table just in case he missed. So a very astute player, and Oliver Ortmann appreciating the work right now. This rack has really opened up. Really, Nick, the Chinese Taipei players are really showing their mettle thus far. They're just playing lights out.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say we may not know anything about this fella prior to this tournament, but the one thing you can take for granted is if he got through qualifying from the Chinese Taipei end of things, he's got a game.
It's in a bit of a tough spot here. Ideally, want to run the fact for the 4. He may be forced to run into the 4 and develop the 4 with the white off this 3. I don't think he's, the way he's queuing though, I don't think he's doing that. He's going to try and avoid it, go back and forth across the table. And that is a magnificent shot there. That's excellent speed control. Going back and forth. Chang electing to use the queuing glove on his left hand there. When you have that glove, you don't need any powder anymore. It's the Americans and Europeans like to use that glove. Of course, the great Black Widow Jeanette Lee, a great proponent of that kind of that accessory. Right now, he's taking his gloves off and he's giving Ortmann quite a pummeling here.
Yes, it's another very controlled rack from Chang. Started off with such confidence on that combination, and Ortmann knows he's in a battle now. Doesn't look happy at all, does he, the German? His biggest problem, of course, has been the break. Well, he's got another chance to break in a minute. Right now, in fact, because Chang has cleaned up. A terrific break, a combination 1-5, and he was set and running, and no stopping him then. Well, this is such a big rack for Oliver Ortmann, 3-1 down. If he lets this one slip, Chang can break for 5-1 game, set and match. So he's got to hold here and hope he can get another chance.
Rack 5, Ortmann's break, trailing by 3 racks to 1.
And he's fired blanks on his last 2 breaks, so he's got to come up with something. He switched over back to the right side. He's going to try if that one can work.
Third time lucky.
Looks like it. He's made the wing ball. And how is he looking on the 1? I think he'll take that. Oh, wait a minute.
Your eyes. You've got to get your eyes tested there, Bob.
I know. I thought I saw a ball go down. A ball almost went down right there. Yeah. It's been a long day, Nick.
Oh, it has. It has. You'll be seeing wing balls in your sleep tonight,
Yes.
Bob.
So 3 unproductive breaks for Oliver Ortmann. And let's see if Chang Jung Ling can clean up.
He's got a channel to work down here.
Yeah, very difficult shot. If he hits this with pure follow, he might very well run into the green 6. I think he's playing safe. He's playing safe here. He does not like this situation at all. Oh, slow down, slow down.
Doesn't want to be doing too much more travelling. That yellow is coming into view for Ortmann. But I don't think he can get an angle for a... He needed that to stop about Ooh, 10 centimeters earlier. So not a good shot from Chang.
But it's a good decision by Chang. He just overcooked it just a hair.
Now, what's Oliver sizing up here?
I think he thinks he can cut this one in.
But is he going to go bottom right? Is he going to look for a combination on the green, which would be an audacious shot to say the very least, or is he going to go the long distance route all the way down into that pocket bottom of the screen? He's taking a good look, isn't he? I can't see the combinations on. That would be an outrageous shot.
No, I don't think he's going to try that. I think he thinks maybe the one could cut into the lower right corner, but if that doesn't go, where does he play safe?
This is a rack that may well get short-circuited because there's a combination possibility on the 9. The pink is inviting. It'll pass anyway. But if you load it upright, there may be a possibility. And Ortmann has put himself in with a chance. But he needed a little bit of luck and didn't get it.
That was a fine shot that deserved a much better result than this. That one into the heart of the pocket, but then the white clanging into the orange 5, and Ortmann slamming his fist on the table in disgust. He's pondering the jump. Ortmann is a magnificent jumper of the ball. I've seen him make some very thin cuts with his jump cue. But he isn't sold on that idea just yet.
Well, because of where we're at in the match, there's got to play a bit like a machine. He's got to avoid risks and chances. Out of luck. Getting a huge.
That's a nice shot there, getting the perfect angle. You can just dribble this white forward and have instant shape on the brown seven. Instead, again, he's going to stun around to the left. He likes the stun shot. Yeah, that's a much better choice. Guarantees angle onto the 7 from the 8. We've seen our fair share of upsets already in these first 2 days, Nick, and it looks like there's another one coming up.
There's another one coming. Chang and Ling with an assist from Lady Luck has taken a 4-1 lead over Oliver Ortmann. With that, Chang will break next for 5-1 the match. How's his composure and temperament, you wonder? He's up against a former world champion, and he's giving him a beating, and Oliver's looking at the watch as if to say, is it time for me to get out of here? Well, it might be in a couple of minutes.
Break leading by
4-1 in this race to 5. A good break here. Could be over. We haven't seen a golden break yet this year, have we? This will be a nice time to kick one of those.
Yes, the tables have been trained. That's what they call them, when they little indentation where the balls are. So the 9 hasn't been moved unless it's been kicked around like that.
For once, he's out of luck. That pink is sitting there like a big flashing beacon between object ball and cue ball. Having put all those balls down and having had that 9 tantalizingly close to going down for the goal break, which almost came right on cue, all he needed was a sight of the next ball, and he hasn't got it. So once, he's out of luck.
And tough to shout here with the 2 so close to the pocket. So Chang has got to think of something here. He's going to go for the push out.
Oh, where's he going to go?
Let's go up to the left table now. Oliver, I suspect, is going to take this and do some damage here and play safe. Doesn't seem to be a particularly legal safety here with all these on the table.
Come off. You look at the match when you're full. You don't really want the other guy coming back up to the table at all under any circumstances. So I wonder if Ortmann might be tempted just to make absolutely sure of something here.
I think he's going to. Oh, wow, he's sitting down. That's a surprising distance there.
Yes, it is.
I thought that it would have been quite easy to just leave the 2 up top of the bottom of the table. Maybe use the 4 as a blocking ball, but he didn't like it.
And that 9 is Ling close.
See if he plays the shot I was suggesting to Oliver. Yeah, I don't understand why Oliver, passed up on that shot. It seemed so simple. Chang made it look easy, and even if he didn't get the high, because he hasn't have the complete total eclipse here, he's got lots of distance. So what's Oliver going to do?
And I don't see a long bank option for him either.
Yeah, I do not understand that pass back there by Oliver Ortmann.
Well, will he live to regret?
Having said that, Ortmann can see a lot of this too. I think he will be able to, if he hits it right, use the 4 as a blocking ball. Or just thin this and take the white rack in the area where it now.
Well, there's a chance here for Chang. A difficult one, but a chance.
This is what they call a reverse cut into a blind pocket. It's called a blind pocket because when you line up at this shot, you cannot see the pocket where you're shooting the ball into. And this could spell the difference here in this match.
Great pot. Indeed. That may be the match.
That's a righteous pot there. Chang Jung-lin, he is really pretty to be at the slide across that head string.
And Ortmann knows that he's beaten with player today. That was a little gust on his face. Beaten not by Chang. The fates as well. They've given nothing in this match. Having said that, maybe he's his own worst enemy in this because he'd have an opportunity to do damage to the push out and declined.
Chang doing able to punch that white in and out of that left side cushion. And this is another scalp by an unheralded Chinese Taipei player against a former world champion.
We thought this might be one-sided. We thought Oliver Ortmann might be the winner of 5-1. We didn't expect this. Chang Jung-lin of Chinese Taipei breaks into Ireland. Why not? It's not often you get a former world champion on the table and you can thrash him 5-1, but Ortmann had nothing going for him in that match. Chang, in a very difficult group, has put himself in with a chance of qualification. Here is the piece.